Hey everyone. For today's topic, I wanted to share with you a few tips that will help make dating a less difficult experience because a lot of people can get tripped up when dating, especially when it comes to their feelings for someone not being reciprocated. A lot of people can be so emotionally impacted by that it can even make them want to stop dating. If not for a while, sometimes almost completely. It makes people want to give up on dating. So, I want to share with you a few tips that will hopefully help you avoid some of those emotional pitfalls that people fall into. And I'm going to do it in a way that isn't just going to be telling you to ignore your emotions or try to shove them down, because it's not quite the right way to approach life. It's a very unhealthy way of coping with your emotions. So that's not what I'm going to say at all in this video. But what will help you is to just work on the way that you think more, to have a better mindset when going into dating. Because a lot of people make one fatal mistake. They never remind themselves of their own value. Many people act like they have no value to offer. So inevitably that means when you're dating someone else, you're pedestalizing them. You're placing them up here and you're down here by comparison. That's an unequal playing field, and it immediately means you're going to feel devastated when that person doesn't reciprocate your feelings, should that end up happening. So work on reminding yourself more often of what you actually bring to the table. What qualities do you have that would make you a good partner for someone else? Are you funny? Are you caring? Are you loyal? Are you intelligent? Because that actually can help relationships. It can help you problem solve, help you build your partner up, help them achieve their goals and whatnot. There are plenty of things out there that can make you an attractive partner to someone else. And you want to be thinking more personality things, not like materialistic things. Like, sure, if you make a lot of money, that obviously can help a relationship, but that's not exactly something that is super compelling for making someone stay. I mean, it can be in large sums, but you can end up in a situation where your partner is only with you because of that and nothing else, and you don't want to be there. So make sure you focus on personality traits here. And then also, beyond reminding yourself of what you already bring to the table, what things can you work on acquiring? What things can you pursue for your own personal development? How can you become a better person and a more attractive partner? But even beyond using this for dating, you want to do this for your own livelihood, your own life in general. Like, it's good to make your life the best that it can be, and that usually means leveling yourself up, because you're the common denominator in everything in your life. So the more you work on yourself, naturally it'll make every other aspect of your life better, because your mindset will grow, and with that you'll be able to acquire skills that can make you more money, so that aspect of your life will become better. It'll help you date better, so that you'll finally have high quality partners in your life. It'll help you not get so tripped up by your insecurities, and it'll help you heal from your previous trauma. All those things can be acquired by working on yourself. So what can you do to become a better person? Meditating is a great thing, especially using that to analyze your flaws and whatnot, and then coming to terms with them, accepting them, and then asking yourself how you can work on them little by little. That includes your insecurities and, of course, healing your trauma and whatnot. You basically want to work towards being able to accept and maybe even love yourself as you are. That's huge. If you can get to that place, it makes dating so much easier, because now you're not going to care so much if someone else doesn't reciprocate your feelings. You're not going to be as impacted by it, because you already accept yourself as you are. So if someone else rejects you or stops reciprocating, rather than feeling horrible over it and beating yourself up, you'll just think, I like that person. It sucks they don't like me back, but I'm going to move on and find someone else who actually will like me back. That's way different than thinking, oh my God, I suck. They didn't like me. What's wrong with me? I'm a horrible person. Oh my God, I'm not attractive. And so there you go. When you accept yourself, you don't play that self-pity game. Instead, you know that you're already an attractive person for the right partner. So why are you going to lose any sleep over someone who clearly isn't the right partner for you? Instead, you'll just be like, okay, this sucks. I really like them, but if they don't reciprocate my feelings, then I just have to move on. And that's what you'll do. You won't play any of those dumb games of attacking yourself and thinking you're not great, because maybe you actually are. But again, don't lie to yourself there. Work towards becoming great if you already don't believe that you are. It's not quite a fake it till you make it thing there. You want to work towards acquiring that. So that whole personal development aspect out of the picture here, another thing that will really help you with dating is embodying the mindset of only choosing people who also choose you. This is huge because so often people get into that mentality of just wanting to accept anyone who comes into their life. Like many people, their dating partners, their relationship partners are often the first person to show interest in them. And that's a really bad way to go about dating, because it's a numbers game. We know that in general, it's a numbers game because you're trying to find someone who's actually worked on themselves. And those people are pretty freaking rare. So odds are the first person who comes into your life is not going to be someone who's actually taken a lot of time to grow as a human being. So they may not be all that great of a partner for you. And if you just jump for the first person to come into your life, well, now, one, you're taking yourself off the market for the opportunity to meet someone who would work or would be a good partner for you, someone who does work on themselves. And two, you're opening the door to more trauma, to obtaining more insecurities. Because if that person isn't good for you, they can damage your self-esteem. Like, so many people don't think about this when dating, and it boggles my mind. You really want to be conscious when you date, because if you pick the wrong person, they could destroy you emotionally. Hopefully not physically, but that can happen too. So make sure you're conscious. Even if someone seems very charming and attractive, that could just mean they're manipulative as hell. So you want to go beyond that and think, is this person actually good for me? And will they continue to choose me over time? And hopefully if they check off those questions, those boxes, then there could be a future there. But you just want to make sure you're not going to shackle yourself down with someone who has like some crazy anger issues, or God forbid, they're incredibly conniving and manipulative, and they use their words to just destroy you by constantly putting you down and whatnot, telling you you can't achieve your goals and dreams, that you're not good enough and whatnot. Because the more that you stay in a relationship like that, that's unhealthy and even toxic, it can dismantle your self-esteem in the long run. So try to avoid that completely by being very conscious of who you date and looking beyond their attractiveness and their charming capabilities. So yeah, you really want to be thinking about dating from a logical perspective, which is tough for many people because dating is kind of inherently emotional, right? It's human connection. That usually is an emotional thing, not logical, because when we connect with other people, logic can get in the way, right? Logic usually leads to judgment. And when you judge other people, that stops connection from happening. Because when we judge others, that's when people throw up their boundaries and walls. Nobody likes being judged, right? So inherently, a human connection is emotional. But you need to take a step back once you've left the date with that person and then analyze everything logically. You probably don't want to do that during the date itself unless like the person seems really bad for you. But I mean, obviously you'll know the situations, but for the most part, just once you're home and you've said goodbye to that date or whatever, then you can start analyzing things logically and asking yourself, how did they make me feel? Do they actually seem like a good match for me? Do they seem like they're choosing me, like they'd actually reciprocate? Do they have good qualities that I look for in a partner, and so on and so forth? You just want to be more logical when actually pursuing dating. And then at the end of the day, just always focus on choosing people who also choose you. You'll know if someone's choosing you because they'll invest time and energy into you. They'll basically put in effort. So if someone isn't putting in effort, they're not choosing you. Like, even if they use the excuse of being busy, look guys, I've dated women who are actually pursuing like law and whatnot. So like I've dated a paralegal before. She was probably the busiest woman I've ever dated, and even she made time for me. So busyness isn't really an excuse. If someone really likes you and really wants you and they're choosing you, they will make time for you. Even if that means like, oh, I've only got 2 hours on this day, but I want to see you. they will do that. Like, they will plan to see you if they really are choosing you. So busyness, I wouldn't really accept that as an excuse unless there's something crazy going on in their life. But for the most part, when someone is choosing you, they'll make time for you. So you will know what that looks like. And then the last thing that I want to share with you is just to become comfortable with being single. This is like the last most important thing, because so many people don't have this. So they just want so desperately to be in a relationship. But look, guys, not all relationships are made equally. Some relationships out there are absolutely horrible and you would not want to be in them. So like, there's no point in being jealous of every person you encounter who's in a relationship. I actually take the stance of, you know how sometimes when people have been single for a while and they see a couple and they're immediately jealous just seeing the two of them walking, holding hands, or with their arms linked, or seeing them kiss or whatever. I'm like never jealous of that, because I don't know what the hell the relationship is actually like when they're home. Like, you never know. People can look like they're deeply in love, but then once they're at home, they could yell and scream at each other, maybe even be physically or verbally abusive towards each other. Like, you never truly know. So there's not really much point in trying to compare yourself to all these people in relationships. You don't know if the relationship is actually worth being jealous of. So remind yourself of that. Don't like get into that headspace of thinking that being single sucks, because sometimes being single is way better than being in those really horrible, unhealthy, maybe even toxic relationships. I would take singledom over any of those situations any day of the week. But also, being single gives you true freedom. Like, you can do what you want to do whenever you want to do it. Like, that's huge. I've actually grown to a point where it's difficult for me to even fathom giving that up. Like, the woman would have to be amazing at this point for me to want to give up some of that freedom. And I understand you don't give up all that freedom, but you still can't quite do what you used to be able to do. You can't go to places anymore that like have opportunities for you to meet a lot of people, because that opens the door to infidelity and whatnot. And we all know as adults that you just want to avoid those situations, that kind of temptation in general. But it also means you can't just drop everything and like go for a weekend trip with your friends or anything. Like, you got to plan ahead and whatnot. Like, you all know what I'm getting at. So relationships make you lose some of your freedom. Maybe not all of it, but you certainly lose some, because now there's someone else in your life that you'll be making decisions with and whatnot. But even beyond that, your goal should be to work towards being happy when you're single, because that is basically a prerequisite for creating healthy relationships. If you cannot be happy on your own, how the hell is someone else going to make you happy? They're not, because all of us are in control of our own happiness. And as soon as you place your happiness in something outside of you, something external, I like to call it outsourcing your happiness, well, now that other thing, you're making it responsible for you feeling good about your life. And that's incredibly unfair, nor can that outside entity ever really live up to that. Like, if you place your happiness on someone you're dating, that's incredibly unfair to that person. They don't want to have that expectation for you, and they're probably going to fail. Like, how the hell are they going to make you happy? They can't control the way you think. So it's on you to make yourself happy. But when you can do that, when you can derive your happiness on your own, it allows you to finally create healthy relationships with other people, because you're not going to be placing all these expectations and things on them. Instead, you'll derive your happiness from yourself, and you'll invite them to just basically be like a cherry on top of an already delicious cake that is your life, and they'll just help amplify your happiness rather than being solely responsible for it. That's the way you want to go about dating, and also make it easier to deal with rejection and whatnot, because you'll be like, okay, whatever, I'm so happy on my own. Like, sorry you don't want to be a part of this journey with me. I'll find someone who does, and you'll be able to move on that way rather than feeling devastated because you were hoping they'd make you happy. And yeah, so there you go. That's a lot of just my thoughts on dating and how I really wish these things were taught in school, because parents seem to be failing their children all over the place, all over the world. And it's unfortunate, because I get a lot of comments from people, I get a lot of messages from people asking about primarily relationship-based things and dating, which makes sense, because those are kind of the most important things as human beings, since we're very social. And it's just unfortunate to see how many people get into bad situations sometimes even abusive situations because they haven't learned these things that I went over in the video. And I just want to do what I can to help you guys as much as possible, because I realize I'm incredibly grateful that I've even grown to even think the way that I do. Like, I realize that I could have so easily gone a different route and not developed the mindset I have. So I feel like I need to help other people get to this place as well, because it just makes dating so much easier than before. It makes it so it's far less painful of an experience, far less difficult of an experience. So I truly hope you enjoyed this video and found the tips helpful. If you like content like this, be sure to subscribe for more. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like on it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!